All right, so this is going to be a relatively quick section because it's cold out here. This part I'm going to talk about my experience what I've done this year. So I set up my living quarters before I came. I saw a video about this apartment complex. I'm not going to say the name of it because it's people like that were trying to find out where you live and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I saw it advertised on by a content creator on YouTube, and I liked it, and I liked the price, and I liked all it had to offer. So I got that set up beginning of June. My guy moved in and started getting everything in because I wanted to be like, when I landed, I didn't want to go ahead and buy anything. I wanted to come in, take a shower, and get in the bed, So that was the plan. I got here, like I said, took off on June 30th, took off on June 29th, landed the evening of June 30th. And things I've done since I've been here, I just go month by month. So in July, I really didn't do much. Got used to, being around here, got my phone set up. Wanted to have a South African number, so went and got that done. Got my bank account set up, which was relatively easy. And the one thing I love is that it was all at the mall. I can do everything at the mall. That's what I love about here. Everything's just done in the mall. Let me turn this because when I start posting videos, I want it to be on the side. Okay. And then I was planning for my birthday in August. So I wanted to take a trip, and we went to Durban. Back to Durban again, because like I said, that would be my second place that I would live here. So I wanted to go to the beach. I wanted to go back to Joe Cool's beautiful, awesome restaurant right there on the beach, right on the walkway.
I did. Yeah.
So when people say, what are you doing? You say, things that please me. And they say, toward what end? And you say, pleasure. And they say, but really, what are you working on? And you say, having a good time.
So we did that. We went back to Ushaka Marine World.
Listen when they say focus on you, cause God got me. And if I don't have no one, then he's with me. Yeah. He's there with me all my life. He's there with me to help me fight all my fights. Yeah. When they say weather the storm, put your armor on.
This time we went to see the SEAL show, and we went to the dolphin show. I didn't do that the first time. Those were great. So my actual birthday, I wanted to go out on the water somewhere. I heard there was some whale watching, but I think it wasn't the season.
Happy birthday, trouble like me. Happy birthday to you.
Then September, didn't really do anything. All this time I'm setting up, living, going through daily life here. I got my doctor, and my regular doctor and my glaucoma doctor when I first got here in July as well. September, I was going to 4 Ways a lot. Didn't want to overdo it, so I said I was going to go the first Sunday of every month to 4 Ways. Have fun there. I was learning to navigate, a lot of being in South Africa, trying to move around by myself, even with my limited vision. I want to be able to do things on my own. So, I started going to the mall by myself and things like that. Tried out some, local restaurants. There's some things here, like seafood is very popular here. I'm not a seafood person. I've tried hake. Grilled hake was pretty. I like shrimp, but shrimp is hard to find here, so they have prawns. I haven't found prawns prepared like I like them, so I'm still, this is still an experimental phase. One of my cousins visited this week with some traveling friends, so we took them to Doppio Zero. And the way that they were enjoying those prawns, I had to go back the next day. And yeah, Doppio Zero prawns, 100. By the time October rolled around, I'm getting ready to go, for my first trip back to the States in November. So I really didn't go anywhere. November, I had my first trip back to the States for Thanksgiving. To see my family, spend some time with my mom, and that was awesome. Always a good time getting with my family, always. So came back December. We went back to Durban because his uncle invited me actually, and him to go to his Lobola. That was a wonderful experience. I'm gonna turn it to you. The experiences I've been having, interacting with locals, has been better than any tour. So I always encourage people that want to come here to connect with someone from South Africa. And you may have to, sift through because, in every country you have people that want to take advantage of you. But once you find, South Africans are very proud people, and they will love to show you around to their city, their country,
Happy
New Year
Sote.
from South Africa.
Yes, sir.
Then really since then I really haven't done much except for like just going through daily life, because in January that's when my doctor told me to stop working out. We had to figure out what's going on with my creatine buildup, which was kind of messing up my kidneys, but we found the problem, and I'll get confirmation of that next month. Had nothing to do with the workout, but I do have to change the way I work out because I am getting older, so I cannot work out. I can't lift the weights the way I used to, and I just got to accept that. I'm sore right now because of my workout from this week. I'm going to the gym in a little while, but I'm going to take it easy. I'm not going to do heavy weights like I used to do. Right now it's about health. It's not about like trying to look a certain way for people. It's about maintaining my health, because heart disease and hypertension running on both sides of my family. My father passed away of a heart attack. My mom has had triple bypass surgery. Several relatives, my cousins have had heart attacks. I've lost aunts and uncles from heart disease. So I think my grandparents, I forgot. Anyway, so I got to take care of myself, because the warning is there. The alert is that I am at high risk for heart disease. So right now it's just about being heart smart. We've been cooking a lot of food around here instead of ordering out as much. You can still order out, but you got to order out the right things. Chips, South African chips. Oh my God. That's my kryptonite. That's, oh my God, I love chips. They have to be hot though. In the U.S., we would call those French fries, but here they're chips and they are good AF. Ribs. I've got like 3 different places where their ribs are just the tops. Steak, red meat. I didn't eat a lot of red meat when I was in the States, but I eat more now because I can't find turkey. You know, turkey is very plentiful in the States, but one thing that's plentiful here is lamb. And I've only had one place that made lamb that I liked. The first time I had lamb was in Cape Town, and I didn't like it because I was chewing and chewing and chewing. I thought I had gum in my mouth. And when I first got here, I was trying to do this, trying to go here, trying to go there. Like last month, after I got back from my second trip to the States for Mother's Day, as you saw the video, or you've seen the video is on my page, where I went to a tour of Soweto, again with a local. Instead of hiring a touring company, we got it tailored, so that we can go exactly where we wanted to go. That's been my experience here. Learning some of the cultural ways, some of the things that are appropriate, some things that are not appropriate. Things like greetings. Learning that there are 11 official languages here, plus with 11 official languages, and there are several different ways to say hello and to greet people. Certain situations, they're situational. A lot of slang ways of greeting people. I learned that you don't go up to people my age or older and say, "How's it?" You get the look of death. And then just interacting with people, people appreciate the fact that I want to learn. I'm not coming here trying to change anything. I'm coming here trying to learn. So I ask questions, I've learned a lot in this first year, and now that I'm established here, I'm getting back into a routine now that I can go back to the gym, making some plans for for next steps as far as being here. So stress. I thought coming here it would, when I eliminate that major stress, it would maybe go away. But apparently it's spreading a little bit, which is fine. I'm still cute. But I realized that I'm going to be stressed still, because it's still my country and my family's still there, so I'm always concerned about them. Everybody's not meant to leave, and I respect that, but I just couldn't stay there. I couldn't stay there. I had to do what's best for my life, and I'm so glad that I did. So the next part, because it's now the sun is blaring. It's like, this is funny. It's cold out here because it's winter here, but the sun is blaring, and I don't have on any sunglasses, so which I'm supposed to have on with this glaucoma. So let me go back in, take a nap. That's one of the good things about retirement. You can nap all through the day. We'll take a nap and then get up and go to the gym midday. So I'll be back with part 3. What's next for Jabulani? Bars. All right, so part 3. Where do I go from here? So year 2 is going to be spent exploring more of Africa. I got some plans to go to another city here in South Africa for my birthday in August. So that'll be a whole video experience. And then it's September. The plan is to go to Botswana. The capital of Botswana.
Gaborone.
So the capital of Botswana is located actually on the country border of South Africa, so it's not a far trip. But I wanted to see some other African countries, and then possibly Lesotho, which is completely surrounded by South Africa. The Taco Man disrespected in one of his speeches. It is a sovereign nation within South Africa, so that could be a quick trip as well. And I also want to visit Nairobi. Nairobi now requires Americans to have a e-visa. I think it's like a $90 fee that you pay online or on arrival. It used to be visa free, but I'm really glad that countries are starting to give Western countries like the United States what they're getting. Eventually I want to get up to West Africa for cultural reasons, because we've traced our roots to West Africa. I want to go to Mauritius, the island nation that's right off of the coast of the southern Africa in the Indian Ocean. So I want to go there. Not Mauritius, Madagascar. No, not Madagascar. It's one of those. I'll put the name down there. I forgot which name. It's not Madagascar, but it's another one right past Madagascar. Might be Mauritius. I don't know. But there's an island nation that I want to visit. So definitely Botswana and one other country during this next year. And if I can, before we're banned from going everywhere in the world because of our current administrative state, where we're being turned off to everybody in the world almost. Nigeria's already said that if they get banned, we get banned. So that's going to devastate a lot of African Americans that are trying to trace their roots and try to go back to their homeland and even just visit. Like, I just want to visit and see like a lot of the historical sites. But yeah, some other things that are in the works. I just got some good news that I'm going to follow up on next month. So hopefully by my birthday, I'll have some additional news. I want to get out and see as much of the world as I can while I can see, number one. And number two, before the reputation of North Americans is completely destroyed with all these other countries. Because, people don't want to, because when they see American or when they hear an American accent, a lot of people connect us to the administration, but most people, thank God, do not. They know that the administration and the people are two different things, and this is like that with every country. There's so many corrupt leaders around the world, but their people are not the good people there. But because of the corruption, that country gets a bad rep, or their people are suffering and they do things that are not quite pleasant. So yeah, so that's what's coming up with me. Want to go to some more places in South Africa, explore some more. Like I said, the only places I believe I could live are Johannesburg and Durban. Cape Town is awesome, but it's a vacation spot and it's too diverse. And I came here to be among the majority. That was another reason I came here. Then I want to go to some other countries in Africa, and then I want to explore. I have no desire to go to Europe. I've been to France. I have no desire to go to Europe. I have maybe one country in Asia. The Middle East is completely out, and a couple of places in South America. But this is going to be home base. I want to really encourage my family to come over. I know my mom's not going to come. But my sister's probably going to come before the year is out. Hopefully my brother and his family, or some of his family members, on their own, because they're basically, my nieces and nephews are basically all like grown people. Grad students, college student, undergrad students, and a high school senior. So, they're old enough to come over here and spend some time with Unc. But yeah, so hopefully I get more people over here to at least visit, so that the myths can be dispelled. And this is to my fellow Americans. Do not talk about things you don't know about unless you've been here. And I understand some people have had bad experiences. Yes. Some people have had bad experiences here. Yes. But I'm thankful to God that I have had time to pass. I'm thankful to God that I've had good experiences here. I've been connected with good people. And yeah, you just move smart, you know. When you move smart, you make smart decisions, you'll be okay, you'll be good. And don't believe everything that you see in the news, and don't let other people's experiences, you know, keep you from experiencing life. So, happy 1 year anniversary to me. I don't have anything to toast with out here, but it's been awesome, and I look forward to the rest of my life. Seeing this world, this big, beautiful world, because it's much more than the small town that I was born in and grew up in. I'm thankful for the values that I got there, but I'm not a small town person. Nah. Thankful for my 30 plus years in, you know, Atlanta, my 4 years in Chicago, my undergrad experience in Florida. Yeah, and I'm just excited to see what's next. So please like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Yes, I see people watching the videos. I hear people say this on their videos, but I get it now. I see people watching videos and not subscribing or not liking. And I would like to share this information with more people, because people ask, you know, about, you know, what's it like, or what do I need to do, and blah blah, and all these other things. And there's plenty of people that have shared their experiences moving to other countries, on places like YouTube and other places. So the only way we can get it out is if, you know, people recommend it by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, all those good things. All right. So I'm going to go and watch a little TV before I go to bed, because I gotta edit this, find all those videos that I want to put in here. Peace, love, and hair grease.